Okay, this video will be removal of the exterior smaller parts to prepare for the big internal part removal of the guts of the saw, as I call it. I'm starting with the hand wheels here. You can see I'm using an Allen wrench to do so, and then those usually pull right off. If not, you can put a little WD-40 in the set screw hole and wiggle back and forth, or sometimes I've even had to put gear pullers or pulley pullers on them, but in general they come off pretty easily just with using the Allen wrench. You can see there I'm using a crescent wrench, adjustable wrench, to get that set screw that was stuck going. And then we'll take the fiber washers off and then the keys and the keyways, and then we'll work on the pointer bracket. Just getting the right size screwdriver here. It's just two screws that connect to the front casting. There's threaded holes in the casting, so this pointer bracket comes off then. Okay. And then I was just checking the shaft to see what the plugs look like. There's two plugs that go into that shaft to lock it. I'll talk more about that later on a separate video. Okay, so now I'm removing some things that are on the far side of the saw there. This is a sort of a clamping bracket, if you will. It's what connects the cabinet, the exterior of the cabinet, to the front castings. Just two screws. It's like a plate. I think they call it some type of plate. And there you can see the old green that this was painted multiple times, gray and then green and then gray again. Took the tilt scale off, and now I'm just removing the retaining block. There's a retaining block on the front casting that needs to come off in order for all the internal parts to come out. And then I've got a short little bit here about the pointer bracket. Okay, just going to do a short video here on a very common wear part on these Delta Unisaws. So this is called the pointer bracket, and these little screws in these holes, they screw into the casting behind here, and then so you unscrew that after you get the hand wheel off, and then it's always very telling to look on the inside and see if there's a groove worn in. And in this case you can see there's a pretty significant groove that's worn in to the, there you can see a little bit with the lighting and the shadow. There's a groove worn into this casting, this pointer bracket, right where these bullets or plugs are on the shaft. And when you push the, when you twist the locking pin in, these push out, and then it locks. Over time, those wear, and that groove on this bracket is a telltale sign of wear. So I'll probably end up replacing the little plugs that are in here. I'll have to see if it still works when I get everything all cleaned up, but that's a very common issue to deal with. So just wanted to show you that as I was taking everything apart.